Brazil, a country famous for its vibrant culture, breathtaking landscapes, and a cheerful love for life. But beneath the samba rhythms and carnival colors lies a rich fabric of social norms, beliefs, and practices that might leave the rest of the world speechless. From ancient traditions that defy Western logic to modern behaviors that challenge global conventions, Brazil is home to taboos and customs that can both intrigue and bewilder. What practices make foreigners raise their eyebrows in disbelief? And what happens when the unexpected collides with the unfamiliar? Join us as we unravel 12 taboos in Brazil and weird things that shocked the whole world. Number 12. It's forbidden to go to Snake Island. It's strictly forbidden to visit Snake Island, a place blessed by nature with a breathtaking atmosphere, but cursed with deadly inhabitants. Officially known as Ilha da Queimada Grande, this island off the coast of Brazil is infamous for being the world's most dangerous home for venomous snakes. Snake Island spans approximately 430,000 square meters, and it has earned its terrifying reputation due to an astonishingly high density of poisonous snakes, about 5 per square meter. Fishermen dread passing anywhere near this treacherous land, as it is crawling with danger. With no natural predators to keep them in check, the snake population on Snake Island has exploded uncontrollably over the years. It's estimated that between 2,000 and 4,000 golden lancehead vipers call this island home, along with numerous other species of highly venomous snakes. The golden lancehead viper, in particular, is feared for its bite, which can kill a person in as little as 2 hours. The venom causes agonizing pain, severe swelling, nausea, internal bleeding, kidney failure, brain hemorrhage, and massive tissue damage. Because of these extreme dangers, Snake Island has remained uninhabited for over a century. The last human occupants were a lighthouse keeper and his family, who lived there until tragedy struck in the 1920s. According to local legend, the family met a gruesome end when snakes slithered into their home through the windows, attacking them in their sleep. There's a chilling story that claims these snakes were intentionally introduced by pirates who wanted to protect their hidden treasure on the island. While the truth behind this story remains a mystery, it's hard to imagine how the pirates themselves would have dealt with the nightmare they unleashed. Due to the island's extreme danger, the Brazilian government has declared it off-limits to the public. Access is tightly controlled, with only the Navy, researchers, and documentarians allowed to visit for the maintenance of the lighthouse or to study the island's unique and untouched ecosystem. Number 11. The Pororoca wave phenomenon. Nature seems to have given Brazil some extraordinary features, and among them lies a fascinating and rare phenomenon known as the Pororoca wave. Beyond the well-known Snake Island and the vast Amazon rainforest, this remarkable event captures attention. Occurring just once or twice a year, usually between February and March, the Pororoca wave reaches incredible heights of 6 to 9 meters, lasting for several minutes and sweeping away anything in its path: houses, trees, and even animals. Unlike a tsunami or a rogue wave, the destructive force of the Pororoca wave is equally formidable. Twice a year, during the months mentioned, the Atlantic Ocean generates these massive waves that travel up the Amazon River, creating the longest and most powerful wave on Earth. Locally known as the Pororoca, this phenomenon originates when the tides from the Atlantic Ocean collide with the mouth of the Amazon River. It is most commonly seen in rivers with shallow, narrow, funnel-shaped entrances. As the flowing surge enters the shallow river mouth, it produces these enormous waves that can persist for up to 30 minutes. At dawn, the natural world signals the impending arrival of the Pororoca. Monkeys howl, and distant roars of other animals echo through the forest, all signaling the high tide. When the waves reach the shore, they cause widespread destruction, flattening houses and uprooting trees along the riverbanks. Despite the risks, some thrill seekers are drawn to swell these waves, captivated by the challenge they present. Unlike regular tides, which are generally predictable, the Pororoca waves are notoriously unpredictable, influenced by varying factors such as wind and river depth, which change with the seasons. One particularly memorable occurrence of the Pororoca wave took place in 2003, when the wave lasted an astonishing 37 minutes, traveling over a stretch of 50 kilometers and leaving significant damage in its wake. For the communities along the Amazon River, this wave is both a marvel of nature and a force of destruction, a reminder of the powerful forces at play in the natural world. Number 10. It's forbidden to use the OK symbol. In many Western countries, particularly in the United States, the OK hand gesture where the thumb and index finger form a circle and the other three fingers point upwards, is widely recognized as a symbol that everything is fine or satisfactory. This gesture has even found its way into digital communication as an emoji, making it a universal sign of approval or agreement. However, in Brazil, this seemingly innocent gesture can land you in hot water. In Brazilian culture, this sign is far from positive. It's considered highly offensive and is similar to making a rude or dirty gesture. This cultural difference isn't unique to Brazil. In several Mediterranean and Latin American countries, the OK gesture carries tasteless implications, often used to insult someone or suggest something disrespectful. Similarly, the horns hand gesture, popular among rock music fans as a symbol of rebellion or a nod to the devil, takes on a drastically different meaning in Brazil. Made by closing the palm and raising the index and pinky fingers to mimic devil horns, this gesture is celebrated in the heavy metal community worldwide. However, in Brazil, it has a deeply personal and offensive implication. Known as the corna gesture, it suggests that a person's spouse has been unfaithful, implying that the person being gestured at is a cuckold. This accusation of infidelity is taken very seriously and can lead to intense confrontations or even violent altercations. What makes these gestures even more problematic is the fact that Brazil is a country with a rich cultural fabric and a strong sense of personal honor. Misusing these signs, even unknowingly, can be seen as a direct attack on someone's dignity. Brazil's complex history of colonization, coupled with its diverse ethnic and cultural influences, has shaped a society where respect and social manners are highly valued. Therefore, when visiting Brazil, it's crucial to be aware of this cultural distinction. Avoiding these gestures is not just a matter of politeness, but a way to show respect for the local customs and avoid any unintended offense. For travelers eager to immerse themselves in Brazilian culture, understanding these differences is key to having a positive and enriching experience. Number 9. It's forbidden to show discomfort with food. When you travel to a new destination, you might come across unfamiliar foods that can be a bit challenging to eat. Even if you find these foods difficult to enjoy, it's crucial to keep a positive attitude. In Brazil, for instance, showing any form of discontent towards food can be seen as impolite. Brazilian culture deeply values respect for all types of food, reflecting their rich cooking traditions and appreciation for diverse flavors. Brazilians also comply with specific dining protocol. Unlike in some cultures where eating with hands is common, Brazilians prefer using utensils. They typically hold the fork in their left hand and the knife in their right hand, a practice rooted in their formal dining traditions. This approach is not just about manners, but also about maintaining certain elegance at the table. Interestingly, eating ice cream or chewing gum while walking on the street is often viewed as inappropriate for adults in Brazil. This norm underscores the importance Brazilians place on enjoying food in a more composed and deliberate manner. When it comes to more casual foods like sandwiches, hamburgers, pizza, or fried chicken, Brazilians use paper towels to handle their food. This practice helps keep their hands clean and shows consideration for hygiene. They may also use utensils to cut these items, even if they are considered finger foods in other cultures. This careful attention to eating habits highlights their commitment to cleanliness and respect for their cooking traditions. Number 8. Passionate about music and dancing. Brazilians have an incredible love for music and dance, a passion that every visitor to the country can easily see. Brazilian music is as lively and varied as the culture itself, shaped by a rich history of influences and traditions. The rhythms and movements of samba, for example, instantly bring Brazil to mind, especially with their vibrant presence in carnival festivals. Samba, a globally recognized symbol of Brazil, combines energetic melodies with intricate dance steps that captivate anyone who watches. Originating from African rhythms brought by enslaved people in the early 20th century, samba has evolved into a cultivated art form celebrated worldwide. Traditional Brazilian music is a beautiful mix of different influences, blending sacred and everyday elements, rural and urban sounds, and contributions from indigenous, Portuguese, Hispanic, and African cultures. This rich mix creates a unique and unmistakable Brazilian sound. For instance, bossa nova, another iconic Brazilian genre, emerged in the 1950s as a smooth blend of samba and jazz, creating a sound that has influenced musicians globally. Beyond samba, other dance forms like forró and capoeira showcase Brazil's dynamic cultural landscape. Forró, a lively dance from the northeastern region, combines influences from Portuguese folk music with rhythms from African and indigenous traditions. Capoeira, a fascinating blend of martial arts, music, and dance, was developed by African slaves as a way to practice combat skills under the guise of dance. It incorporates acrobatic moves and rhythms played on traditional instruments like the berimbau, a single-string percussion instrument. Dancing in Brazil is more than just a form of entertainment. It is a way of expressing and celebrating Brazilian traditions, festivals, and cultural pride. Festivals such as Carnival, held in cities like Rio de Janeiro and Salvador, are renowned for their elaborate parades, vibrant costumes, and samba performances that draw millions of visitors each year. For Brazilians, dancing is an essential part of daily life, reflecting their joy, excitement, and friendly spirit. It's a living expression of their culture and heritage, celebrated in everything from street parties to formal events. Number 7. It's forbidden to flaunt your wealth. In Brazil, flaunting your wealth is not just considered impolite, but can also be dangerous due to the country's high crime rates. With Brazil struggling with one of the highest crime rates globally, showing off expensive items like jewelry and electronics can make you a target for theft. In fact, according to recent statistics, Brazil ranks among the top countries for violent crime, including armed robberies and thefts. It's wise to keep valuable jewelry, such as rings and necklaces, tucked away when you're out and about. Additionally, it's safer to store your phone or camera securely in your pocket rather than showing them in public. In certain high-crime areas, using a phone in the open is risky enough that many locals and tourists avoid it entirely. For instance, in cities like Rio de Janeiro and São Paulo, there are neighborhoods known for their elevated crime rates where even locals exercise extreme caution. In these areas, showcasing any form of wealth can significantly increase your chances of becoming a victim of crime. By avoiding flashy displays and keeping a low profile, you can better protect yourself from potential threats. Staying aware of your surroundings and blending in with the local crowd can further reduce your risk. Prioritizing your safety by not drawing attention to your possessions is crucial when visiting public places in Brazil, especially in regions with lower security levels. Number 6. Do not venture into the favelas. To ensure your safety during a visit to Brazil, it's essential to understand the risks associated with its favelas, neighborhoods controlled by powerful criminal gangs. These areas, which are home to millions of people, are often characterized by high levels of violence and instability. The sudden appearance of a stranger in these territories can be seen as a serious threat, quickly leading to dangerous and unpredictable situations. YouTube is rife with videos titled "Forbidden Images from TV," many of which come from Brazil. These videos offer a raw and unfiltered glimpse into the realities of this multi-ethnic country. They often document harrowing scenes of kidnappings and violent confrontations. In these videos, the police are sometimes shown intervening with precision shots aimed at neutralizing the criminal threat. However, achieving such precision is challenging, and innocent hostages are at risk of serious harm if the situation gets out of control. Brazil's favelas are notorious for their complex social and criminal dynamics. These areas are often marked by intense gang rivalry, with gangs controlling territories and engaging in violent turf wars. The Brazilian police, known for their tough approach to crime, frequently find themselves in dangerous standoffs. The high-stakes nature of these encounters often results in tragic outcomes, fueling criticism of the police force. Many people argue that the police are tormented by corruption and incompetence, and struggle to effectively manage the escalating violence in these densely populated and poorer areas. The Brazilian government has made efforts to address these issues, but the challenges remain daunting. Social programs aimed at improving conditions in the favelas and curbing gang influence face numerous obstacles, including limited resources and entrenched criminal networks. Consequently, the situation remains precarious, and visitors are strongly advised to exercise extreme caution. Number 5. The mysterious Amazon forest. The Amazon rainforest, often referred to as the lungs of the earth, is a place of unparalleled mystery and danger. Spanning an immense 6.7 million square kilometers, this verdant expanse is home to over 390 billion individual trees, representing around 16,000 different species. About 60% of this vast and diverse forest lies within Brazil, but it also stretches into 8 other countries, making it one of the most biodiverse regions on the planet. Before embarking on an adventure into this South American wilderness, it's essential to acquire a range of survival skills. The Amazon is not just a forest, it's an intricate living network that can quickly turn deadly for the unprepared. Even if you are armed with the most advanced weaponry, the jungle's unpredictability and sheer scale would challenge your ability to survive. One of the first and perhaps most underestimated dangers you might encounter isn't the lack of food or water, it's the indigenous tribes. These tribes, many of which have had little to no contact with the outside world, live deep within the forest. Their knowledge of the terrain is unmatched, and their survival in such a harsh environment is proof of their resilience. While their weapons may seem ancient, their intimate understanding of the jungle's secrets and their ability to navigate its complexities make them formidable. Intruding into their sacred lands could swiftly turn you from a visitor into prey. Beyond human threats, the Amazon is teeming with wildlife that has evolved in isolation for millions of years, leading to some of the most unique and fearsome creatures on Earth. For instance, the Goliath bird-eater, the largest spider in the world, roams these forests. With a leg span of up to 30 centimeters, this massive scorpion is capable of preying on birds, rodents, and even small reptiles. While it doesn't typically hunt humans, its bite is venomous, and the sheer size of the spider can instill fear in even the bravest explorers. The Amazon is also home to army ants, which are far more terrifying than their size might suggest. These ants are known for their aggressive swarming behavior, attacking in massive numbers and overwhelming anything in their path, including larger animals. They can strip the flesh from their prey with their powerful jaws, and in rare cases, they have been known to attack humans, particularly when provoked. For those not deeply familiar with the intricacies of this vast ecosystem, the safest advice is simple. Stay in the cities and enjoy the vibrant cultures and communities that thrive at the forest's edge. The Amazon is a place of unparalleled beauty and wonder, but it's also a land where nature reigns supreme, and only the most prepared have any hope of survival. Number 4. Land of Only Women. In Noiva do Cordeiro, a small, intriguing town in southeastern Brazil, where nearly all of the inhabitants are women. Located about 90 kilometers from Belo Horizonte, the capital of Minas Gerais, Noiva do Cordeiro is a place where traditional gender roles are turned upside down. Out of its 600 residents, over 90% are women, with around 300 of them being of working age and single. What makes this town even more fascinating is its history. Noiva do Cordeiro was founded in the late 19th century by a woman named Maria Senhorinha de Lima, who was excommunicated from the Catholic Church after leaving an arranged marriage. She sought to create a safe haven for women, and over time, the town grew into a community where women could live free from the constraints of a male-dominated society. In Noiva do Cordeiro, most men over 18 leave the town to work in cities far away, returning only on weekends. With so few men around, the women have taken charge of everything. They run the farms, build homes, manage the town's infrastructure, and even lead religious services. This self-sufficient community thrives without the constant presence of men, showcasing the strength and capability of these remarkable women. But life in Noiva do Cordeiro isn't just about work. The town is known for its vibrant social life, with festivals, music, and dance being integral parts of the community. The women have created a culture of joy and celebration, where mutual respect and cooperation are the cornerstones of daily life. Despite their independence, the women of Noiva do Cordeiro still dream of sharing their lives with a loving partner. When the town's desire for single men was featured in the media, it caused a wave of excitement among bachelors around the world. However, these women have set high standards for any potential suitors. Men who wish to join this unique community must be ready to contribute equally to household chores. This means sharing the load of cooking, cleaning, laundry, and even taking turns to scrub the toilets, tasks traditionally expected of women in many other parts of the world. Interestingly, Noiva do Cordeiro has even attracted attention from sociologists and researchers who are fascinated by its egalitarian society. The town's model of shared responsibilities and mutual respect challenges many societal standards and offers a glimpse into what a more equal world could look like. Number 3. Nudist beaches. In Brazil, authorities have a firm approach to maintaining public decency, with strict regulations against behaviors considered harassing. Yet, when it comes to the country's famous nudist beaches, the posture is noticeably more relaxed. Brazil hosts up to 8 official nudist beaches, each offering its own unique charm. These beaches are located across 5 states: Pernambuco, Bahia, Espírito Santo, Rio de Janeiro, and Santa Catarina, each known for its stunning coastal beauty and warm climate. One of the most iconic of these is Praia de Tambaba, nestled in the state of Paraíba. It's not just a beach, it's a piece of history. Established as a naturist destination in 1991, Praia de Tambaba is often celebrated as one of the oldest official nudist beaches in the world. The beach is famed for its exceptional landscape, where towering cliffs, lush vegetation, and pristine sands meet the azure Atlantic waters, creating a breathtaking sanctuary for naturists. What makes Brazilian nudist beaches particularly interesting is the cultural acceptance of nudity within these spaces. While nudity is usually taboo in public places, at these beaches, it's seen as a natural expression of freedom and body positivity. Visitors from all walks of life come here, drawn by the promise of an environment free from societal pressures and judgment. These beaches are not just about being nude. They promote a philosophy of respect for nature, oneself, and others. However, there's a strong emphasis on respecting privacy. Brazilian nudist beaches are governed by a strict code of conduct. For example, photography and videography are not allowed unless explicit consent is given, ensuring everyone feels safe and respected. Additionally, the beaches are often divided into sections to accommodate different comfort levels, with some areas designated for families and others reserved for adults. Interestingly, Brazilian nudist beaches also host various events and gatherings that celebrate naturism, such as beach games, yoga sessions, and even environmental conservation activities. These events further promote a sense of community and shared values among visitors. The blend of cultural openness, stunning natural settings, and a respectful atmosphere makes Brazil's nudist beaches not just places to visit, but experiences to remember. Number 2, do not enter the slums. When visiting this country, the most crucial rule to follow is simple: never venture into the slums. These areas are tightly controlled by dangerous criminal gangs, and the presence of a stranger wandering into their territory is perceived as a significant threat. This can quickly lead to dangerous encounters. On platforms like YouTube, you'll still find numerous videos with titles such as "Images That Cannot Be Shown on TV," and many of these unsettling scenes come from Brazil. These videos often paint a clear picture of the challenges faced in this diverse country. Some of the most harrowing footage includes hostage situations that end in bloodshed, with police resorting to snipers to neutralize the criminals. The aim is to deliver a precise shot to the perpetrator's forehead, but the outcome is never guaranteed. When things go wrong, it's the hostages who suffer the most. Shockingly, in Brazil, this extreme measure is considered routine, highlighting the grim reality that the police force is often viewed as both incompetent and corrupt. Corruption within the Brazilian police is so widespread that it's become almost a daily occurrence, as common as brushing one's teeth in the morning. Officers have been known to stop vehicles at gunpoint, brazenly firing at victims in broad daylight. Equally disturbing, Brazilian police can be as dangerous as the criminals themselves. Imagine being stopped in the dead of night, forced to remove your shoes, beaten on the soles of your feet, and then harassed for money before being released in a state of sheer panic. Number 1. Drinking beer alone. In Brazilian culture, drinking beer is much more than just having a beverage. It's a key part of social life and building connections with others. Beer is typically enjoyed in the company of friends, family, or colleagues, creating an atmosphere ripe for conversation and shared experiences. Brazilians are known for their love of gatherings and celebrations, and it's rare for them to drink alcohol alone. For them, sipping on beer is all about exchanging stories and fostering a lively, communal vibe. A unique tradition in Brazil is to pour a small cup of beer for oneself before offering it to others, including strangers. This practice highlights the Brazilian value of inclusivity, ensuring that everyone feels welcome and part of the group. This cultural approach to drinking has made Brazil one of the top consumers of beer and alcohol worldwide. Whether during carnival, local festivals, or casual social gatherings, beer and wine play a central role in enhancing the joy and excitement of these events. The strong social fabric of Brazilian culture, combined with a wide variety of beer options, has greatly contributed to the nation's thriving beer market and its ever-growing popularity. Which of these shocking events left you stunned the most? And how do you compare the customs in your own culture? Share your thoughts and comments below.